That was not supposed to start again. Oops. Whoa. Hello, guys. Welcome to DeWitt 3D here on this Sunday night. Let's make sure I have audio, and it does sound like I have audio, but there's one thing I need to do, and I need to go in here. Bear with me one second. I have a feeling my audio is having a little issue, so give me 1 second. I just need to go into this here. There we go, and I need to go into here. For some reason, I have to end up muting those 4 items. There we go. So if I have audio, the audio should be fine, and I'm going to say hello to everybody that's on. Jose Ferreira, second. I didn't see who was first. Delmar Franks is here. Guy the Jedi, Jack Black, Slim Gig. Jack Black, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. Best in class award. Well, gee, what can I say? Nick is here. Richard from the first layer. Hello, my friend. You are here. Yay. Great wizard myself. I wish. Guy the Jedi. I probably said hello. Delmar Franks. Stephen Reimer, hello. And let's see who else we have. Bigger Fish. Collio 5, 3D Medic Vince. Nick, Shotl 3D, Tom Taylor. I'm going to repeat names just because I'm all over the place here. And I saw a new one in here. Who was new in here that I didn't recognize their name? Slim Gig, I didn't recognize your name. You've probably been here before. But anyways, every audio is good. Everything is good. Awesome. Welcome to the Sunday night edition of DeWitt 3D Canada. Tonight's like a transition night. And I'm going to ask, hello, Jerry, 3DHP Jerry. Anybody out there not following Jerry? Anybody out there not following the first layer? Get off my channel. I'm just kidding. No. Go ahead and follow those guys. They have some great channels. They do some great stuff for this community. So please, the first layer, Jerry 3DHP, and who else is on here that I need to shout out for streaming? I don't think he's on here yet, but Golden Jaguar and Build It Basement. There's a lot of great channels out there. You guys have got to get subscribed to. So tonight is kind of a transition night. I'm playing with these for a reason. Hello. We've sort of come to the end of this build. Let me switch over here and show you why. Because do you see anything interesting in here? Other than I added some little red outline to the front of my case. Do you see anything interesting looking out of place in here? Let me open the doors, give you a better look. Oh, the microphone's in the way. Come on, there we go. Let me open this door and give you a little better look. Look at that. Do you see anything interesting in here? What's this? Shades of Romper Room. I printed this because I kind of couldn't resist it, because this is okay, but this was messing with my OCD. It's all over the place. Hey, Fayon. Look at that. I think that is a much sweeter looking stealth burner cover for this particular build, other than that little hair that's in there. What do you think? Should I put that on, or should I do that off stream, or do you guys want to see me swap this out, see what it looks like? Doop. You guys let me know. The face didn't fall off. It's just a different face, because I kind of think that would look it would kind of finish it better with the whole look. Is it a Jamaican theme? Oh man, green and black and yellow. If I had some green in here, man, we would do a Jamaican theme for sure. So maybe I'll put this on. You guys let me know, because there's a few things I want to do tonight. I made this kind of off camera, no big deal. This is the Nevermore filtration system. I have misplaced my magnets, but I think I have some other magnets. If you haven't seen one of these built, I did build one on my previous printer. You can go back and look, but basically all it is two blower fans inside. We have some wiring coming out that we have to finish the wiring on. This mounts under the bed in here. So this will mount under here, boom, boom, sort of like this. And then we fill this with our carbon filter, and that magnetically sticks on there under there, and we have our Nevermore filter. So gotta have a red striped beer with this one. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I have some green, I know, but I didn't, you know, I just, this just happened to be what was on the AMS, so I just decided to go with that. So I have to get another AMS and put all the colors on it. You know what, Fabian, that's not, that thought has crossed my mind. The reason that I've hesitated on that is because where would I put it? Though I do have a shelf up there that's just being lined with duckies for now. Can you see that from this view? Yeah, you can kind of see all the duckies lined up in the shelf up here. I do have some shelf space up there. That's not the camera I wanted to be on either. How come that camera shut off? This is the camera I was on. There you go. Now you can get up there and see all my little duckies. What are we saying? Rubber ducky, you're the one. It's slowly going to turn gray and black. Oh, this thing? Maybe it might that might just happen. So anyways, do you guys want to swap? Do we want to swap this head out right now? Here, do we want to swap this out right now, or do we want to move on? Because the other things we're going to do, we can swap the head. We can finish putting this in. This is 90% of the way there. I just have to go find a few magnets, which I can find. I was going to talk about this little project that I started here, and what I'm doing here. And then we are going to get into talking about the RatRig upgrade, which is was part of my video, which is why it's called Voron and RatRig, because I'm going to kind of be crossing platforms here on this stream and talking about what we're doing, because the RatRig upgrade is going to start. I'm pointing behind me to the RatRig as if you can see it, but you can't. It's just off camera. So what I need to do with the RatRig is I've got my parts downloaded. I need to print all my parts for the RatRig. So I'm going to be putting, the RatRig is going to print in PETG like the original RatRig did. And instead of RatRig green, the RatRig reprint and rebuild is going to be sponsored by Polymaker, who supplied me with this Polylite teal PETG filament, which is what my RatRig 3.1 V-Core 3.1 parts are going to be printed in. I know it's kind of a sin to go away from RatRig green, but hey, you know, I just feel in a teal mood for my RatRig upgrade. So finish before modding. Well, finish before modding. Yeah. The mod that's going to happen on this one, the next mod that's going to happen on this one, I'm waiting for the part, is we're going to be putting the CAN bus system from the head to the main board. So we're going to be getting rid of this massive wire loom for 4 wires, but that hasn't come in. So are we planning some devious things? Yeah, we're planning our RatRig upgrade. And what we're going to do to the RatRig upgrade, we're going to go over a little bit of that. And Newfound Drone Productions and Zenbender, and who else has popped in that I missed? MGX20, TX Snapshot FPV. Hello. And if I missed you, I'm sorry. Just give me a shout out and say, hey, you missed me. But hey, I'm trying to say hi to everybody. Bamboo Labs P1P tomorrow. Awesome. You're so excited you could barf. Well, hey, look what I did on the P1P with the AMS. Look at this. Look at how clean that print is. And anyway, speaking of the P1P, just because we're all over the place tonight, this is the other project that I started. You guys this probably looks familiar to you. And if it doesn't look familiar to you, this is Vector 3D. I don't know his name, but Vector 3D, I watch his channel a lot. He's built RatRigs, he's built Vorons. He designed and came up with this really unique design for a heat inset press. So I went on and I paid for his files, downloaded the heat set rig. Yes, exactly, Jack Black. And you're doing the dual Nevermore on your Trident 350. Cool. So yeah, this is the heat set press. I've printed all the parts. My goal was to use, just to sort of ignore his bill of materials and use what I have here. Like this extrusion, he called for a 300 millimeter extrusion. I believe this is a 420. which is fine. All I got to do is make the belt for it a little bigger, which just means that I'll have a little more range of motion for it. All the parts on this, and you can kind of see the quality, all the parts on this were printed on the P1P bamboo. They printed all on one bed. I mean, there's the parts printed beautifully. I mean, I am extremely stupid impressed with this Bamboo Lab P1P I've got. I'm going to be doing some videos on that, some streams on the P1P, because it is worth giving a shout out to. I wanted to see for myself how it was going first. But anyways, so we printed this, but I've run out of, what I've run out of is there's some little bearings that have to go on top. I don't have the proper bearings, so I have ordered them on Amazon, and I will have the proper bearings on Tuesday. And what happens is this belt comes up, and it runs over the bearings, and the belt loops in here. And then the other thing I need to get is on here, it's a counterweight stack. So it's going to be a bolt that goes in under here and a whole slew of washers. And he's changed the counterweight system on his original model. It was a extruder, a stepper motor he had here. But his point was that everybody gets a different kind of soldering iron. And if your soldering iron weight changes, you're going to need to change the weight on that stepper motor to counter offset the weight of the soldering iron. So instead, we're going to be putting a bolt up through here. This is his new design. And then you're going to stack washers on top. And then you can add or subtract washers as you need to counterweight your soldering iron more. But this is a brilliant design. It's a lot more compact than what I'm using right now, which is this current, what I'm using right now currently is this, it's a Dremel drill press thing that's been modified for it. So this is much easier to move around. It's much lighter. And it's more brilliant. So that's what I've been working on. And that's what we're going to finish off once I get the parts. So I just saw Golden Jaguar pop in. Hello, Golden Jaguar. Hello, hello. Yeah, this Newfoundland Drone Productions. I'm going to call you NDP. Oh, yeah, that's right. We're calling you NDP. These do. If you were not into 3D printing, you're just an average layperson, you might think these things are injection molded. They are so clean. It's incredible. So let's put this aside for a moment. So why don't we quickly go ahead and switch out this cover? Or do we want to do that? No, you know what I'm going to do? Let's start printing. I want to print. I've not printed PETG on the P1P yet. I want to see how PETG prints on here by printing one of the parts for the RatRig. This stream is going to be all over the place, so we're going to jump back and forth. While that's printing, then we'll go ahead and switch this head. How's that? How's that sound? No what? You're making your weight hard. I know. Just use an old sash weight. Appreciate the welcome. Yeah, hey, you're always welcome, and it's great to see you. Get to printing. Okay, so I don't know if I'm going to need these because I honestly don't remember if this Polymaker, this one has a plastic or a cardboard spool. I have a feeling it's plastic. And it is, yeah. So this happens to be a plastic spool for the Polymaker teal, and that is a beautiful color. Ooh, that's a sexy color. So I had these out just in case. If it was a cardboard Polymaker spool, I had these out and ready just in case. I got a bunch of these I run just in case, but we're not going to need those. So let's go ahead and switch to, oh no, let's not switch. I like this camera. This camera gives me a nice little view, but I can actually take this camera and we can just move it. So it's something like this. There we go. Forgive my palm. And we'll just go over here and we'll throw some PETG into the P1P, into the AMS. Did you see the new AMS Hydra mod? I've heard of it, but no, I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it yet. So is that basically, there I am. Does that basically make it so that you can fit wider spools in the AMS? Sorry, that's kind of creepy, I bet. So first thing we'll do, let's pop this open. Oh, it seals very well, and I think I can take the gray. Let's take the gray out. Let's take this one out. That's all Bamboo Lab PLA that's in there right now. Cover with the box. Cheap man's dryer. Put the roll on the bed and heat it. Oh, if you have a cover. That's good. I've seen that. If you have a cover, if you have the X1 carbon that's enclosed, yeah, that would work great. So we're going to just, I'm a little off camera here, but that's okay. All I'm doing is taking the filament, getting the end cut so I can have a clean end to put in the AMS. Okay, we'll put this in. This fits in here just perfectly. Then we have to push down on this little handle, and AMS takes over. AMS is going to take over. It's that easy. That's why I love this printer. It's going to scroll. That's basically taking the filament. It's going to wind it through the system to a certain point. It's doing whatever testing it's doing, and now it's unwinding it. And in the meantime, Nero, yeah, I saw Nero's video on that, and I haven't watched it. I want to watch it now. Wider spools, bigger spools, and smaller spools. Okay, well, that's cool. We're gonna definitely look into that. Now, if I switch to the display, now that's not the display I want you guys to see. That happens to be the display I was on looking for my RatRig logo for my thumbnail. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch you guys. I'm going to switch the display to my main display so I can show you, I believe that's this one. There we are. There, you guys are seeing what I'm seeing in front of me. It's kind of freaky, I know, when you're seeing what I'm seeing, but this is like seeing inside the inside the inside. But what I want to do here is minimize this. I want to open up Bamboo Studio, and I'm using a version of Bamboo Studio, which is a whole other conversation, called Soft Fever 1.4.5. If you guys have watched Teaching Tech, you'll be familiar with this. So we're going to open the studio, Bamboo Studio Restore, previously unsaved items. I don't need to save my unsaved items, and we'll go to our prepare. Now, I need to tell this. I got to go to device. So it has no clue what's in my, and I can't see the chat right now. Bear with me. I'm going to actually move the chat over to my other screen so I can see if you guys have questions as I go. And then we'll move it back because I can move this over to this window. There we go. Screen really zoomed in. Is it? Okay. Hopefully we're okay now. Let me minimize this again. There we go. Now, oh, I see. It's very zoomed in. Oh, I see what you guys are saying. Okay, what if I do this? Does that help? No, it doesn't help. Why is it so big? Okay, hang on. I know. That's what she said. See if I can make this more reasonable size. Oh, it's weird. It's just something to do with... Anyways, we'll see what we can do here. I just need to find... First of all, I'm going to find... So what we need to do on the device here, and hopefully you can see it. There we go. Oh, wow. You guys aren't seeing it at all here, are you? What's going on? Why is this so big? Okay, maybe what I need to do... Okay, bear with me. I'm going to try something else. I didn't realize that it was showing up so big on that screen. There we go. So let's bring this back over here. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to bring this over here. I love these streams that go like this. This is great. Okay, and now I'm going to change that. And this should be a little better for you guys. You'll be able to see it a little better, but the only issue I have is if I do this, there we go. I think this is going to show up a little better for you. Yeah, that shows up a little better. But the only issue I have is, oh, come on. When I'm on this monitor, for some reason, it really helps if I grab the right window. When I'm on this monitor, things get all messed up. It's really weird. Like all these buttons look different than they really should. But anyways, so right now it has no clue what filament I put in that. So I have to go in here and I click the question mark. No, sorry, I click the pencil to edit. Now I can tell it what filament I've put in here. So I'm going to tell it I've put in, where's my PETG? Generic PETG. Okay. I'm going to run this. I've got to go in and change the temperatures on another screen, but let's see. What temperatures do they recommend for this? They recommend where is your temperature recommendations, Polymaker? I don't see it on the box. So hang on one second. Let me switch back to this one. I'm trying to find the temperatures for PETG, and I don't see. It's not on the box like it normally. It might be on the spool, or it's on the. They have a pamphlet that they hand out. But let me check the spool. This really seals tight. Printing temperature 230 to 240. So we'll go 235. Okay, 235 print and 80 on the bed. Go 235 and 80 on the bed. So if I go back to the display, so we've told it it's generic PETG. We can tell it it's teal. So let's just pick a nice teal color here. Oh, that's pretty bright. It doesn't matter. It's kind of irrelevant, moot point, but teal, that's close enough. Okay, we tell it it's teal, and the K factor, that's the extrusion multiplier factor. We're just going to leave it at that for PETG and see what it does. So now it knows that there's teal PETG in there, okay? So we'll go back to prepare, go to our build plate. I am going to grab, got to do a temp tower. I'm not doing a temp tower right now. I'm anti-temp tower. No, I'm not. I shouldn't say that. Richard's on this stream. I got to be careful what I say. So here's the printed parts. Sorry, Richard. We're going to print the core. I'm going to print a nice looking part. So lead screw motor cage, lead screw constraint rear. Is that a nice part to print? Yeah, that's a tall part. No, that's going to take a little longer. Let's try lead screw motor cage back. That's an even bigger part. I'm trying to find something that's reasonably sized. How about an XY joiner left? That's not bad. If I right mouse click on that, and I can go change filament, and we'll change that to our filament 4, which it still thinks is gray because I've got to come up over here. Oh, I can't even see my screen. And keep in mind, guys, I'm still learning Bamboo Lab a little bit here. So we got to come back over to here, and we got to tell it that we're a generic PETG. There we are. So there's the file that we're going to be printing right there. It's oriented correctly. It doesn't require supports according to the RatRig folks. But I don't know if that's going to be the best way to print it orientation-wise. I think we're okay. Looks like it might need support up here, but probably not. They say we don't need supports on these. So we'll orient it on the bed. Okay. We're going to do check our strength. We're going to go 4 perimeters. We're going to go 5 top, 5 bottom. And we're going to do I'm going to do these basically to Voron specs almost. We're going to do 40% infill, and we're going to do gyroid infill. And here's where we now, our speed is fine, our support is fine. Others, we don't need a brim. So now I'm going to go in to edit this filament. Here we go, and we're going to run this at 235. Recommended temperature will go 235. 250 is the maximum temperature. So we're going to go 235 on the first layer, 235, and then our engineering plate, home plate, textured PEI plate is 80. We're fine with 80 on that. Okay, so we're fine to keep those settings the way they are. As long as it tells it it's textured PEI plate up here, it knows that we're going to be doing. Tim, you should print a DeWitt sign and hang it behind Richard so we see it when he streams and you get more. I think that's a great idea, Shadell. Richard, I'll bring it over when I get it printed. So there we go. There's the part we're going to print right now. And we'll just see how PETG works on this little guy. So let's go ahead, and now we can preview it and see what the timing is going to say. It says it's going to take 1 hour and 43 minutes. Well, we'll just see how it goes. And we're going to go print plate. And we'll send it. And let's see how this goes. First time printing PETG on this printer. So what it does is it sends over a 3MF file. It zips it, converts it to a 3MF, sends it over as a 3MF, then unzips it on the printer. So there we go. There's that. And now let me bring this other camera over. Here we go. I'll bring this other camera over and see if I can. There we go. And you can kind of see this display here. Oh, helps if I hit this focus ring and not the exposure ring. So right there. So it's downloading the 3MF, as you can see right there. There we go. Now it's unzipping the 3MF. 30% fan. What percentage fan did it have it set at? I didn't check that because I assumed it would know. Let me see. Let me go there. Let's see what it did have there. Chamber temperature, volumetric, cooling. Where is cooling? It has it at 40. It has it at 30% for shorter layer times, 40% for higher layer times. So it's not bad. I'll leave it at 40. 40 will work. We're gonna go with the we're gonna go with some of their direct settings and see what happens. Take a poll. Hey, HVAC A to Z, how are you, Sergio? So it's unzipping, and then it is going to get ready to print. I'll get this in the view so you guys can kind of see it print, and then in the meantime, I will switch back to moi. Now let me focus this. Come on, get up there a little higher, lens. There we go. There we go. Well, we'll keep an eye on this while it's going. Doo-doo. And in the meantime, since we have another camera on there, I'm going to move this guy back into position. Hello. Miss me? Yeah, I know, me too. We're going to move this guy back into position right about there. And we'll keep an eye out for the when the bamboo starts, and we'll have a look at that. That thing called a P1P is kind of slow. It is. I will tell you, here it goes. It does take, I'm surprised, and it could be my network. Oh, that's the wrong screen. I went to go to this one. It's going now. The bed's heating now. The file just finished downloading and unzipping right now. I will say it is surprisingly slow at sending the file over and unzipping the file. I'm surprised it's that slow. It's actually quicker if I put the SD card in, put it to the SD card, move the SD card over, and go ahead and do it that way. But it still has to unzip the 3MF file. So what it loses in speed that way, it makes up for in speed printing. So yeah, clean the bed. No, the bed's fine. I was wondering if somebody was going to say that. I see what you're looking at. You're looking at all this stuff. The bed's fine. The bed has nanopolymer adhesive on it. I coated it with nanopolymer adhesive to print these yellow parts. Nanopolymer adhesive I can get away with using probably 8 or 9 builds before that I have to clean it and then I reapply it. And some people say, why are you using nanopolymer adhesive if you have the right temperature, the right pressure, blah, blah, blah. I use it as a insurance policy. Keeps my first layer flat guaranteed. Okay, I happen to have a bunch of it. I use it because I can. And I mean, it keeps the first layers stupid flat, stupid clean. It doesn't make a mess on it. You don't see you're not going to see that image from the previous ones. That's just the polymer, blah, 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 doing its thing. So, clean your bed. Holy smokes, Tim, clean your bed. Trust me, it's not as bad as it looks. Trust me when the prints come off. Okay, I promise you, it's going to look good. Okay, we'll see, because this print will be done by the end of the stream. But this will give us a good idea. So we're at 49 degrees. It's a slower to heat up bed. Mind you, when you're heating a bed to 80 degrees, and I don't have an enclosure and everything like that, it takes a while to heat the bed up. So I'm going to go ahead and shut down this guy. Why don't, oh, because I had to reboot my computer earlier today because I was having issues with my video. Oops, 10.0.178. Okay, we're going to go ahead and shut this down, and we're going to take the hot end off. Da, 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 da. There we go. So that is shutting down. That's off. Use Aquanet extra hold on anything like that can be damaged. Oh, okay. Aquanet hairspray. Don't let Richard in here hear you talk about hairspray. But anyways, I've never used hairspray. I just hear that it can be awful damn messy. I've never used it myself. But if it works, that's the main thing. Is if it works for you, awesome. I don't use it just because I've heard it can be messy, and the nanopolymer adhesive is kind of my go-to. Like this filament can rip the PEI off. Yeah, it can. That's why, again, I've got that nanopolymer adhesive on it. Yeah, PETG can rip PEI for sure. I've had PETG break glass, but I'm not worried because I do have the nanopolymer adhesive on there, and we should be just peachy. Hairspray glue stick. Aha. So yeah, I think I'm going to be happier with this new cover. This one's kind of cool. It's funky. It was my first test at the AMS and stuff like that. But I've been playing with the AMS since then. Actually, I've been doing some. I've been printing some. I've been trying some funky colored turtles. Some of these, they're called squishy turtles. Come on, focus. Tends to want to focus on my face for some reason. Look at that. It's kind of funky, little turtles. I kind of did a whole. I'm doing a bunch of these to give away at Maker Faire, but I'm not going to do them all in full color because that takes a long time to print, and there's a little bit of waste in those. But yeah, Aquanet is not the same as others. It's actually vinyl. Oh, okay. I don't use a lot of hairspray, so I'm not too familiar with hairsprays. Here we go. Now, as those of you who've watched me know, I went back to the single part PCB for this instead of the dual part because I was having issues with the dual board. Once I switched back to the single board, it worked fine. We were having issues with the plugs. So the only disadvantage of this is, of course, when you take this apart, you have to pull those plugs out, which is fine. I have some really good surgical, I was going to say surgical fingers, but somewhere down here, where did I put my, oh, there, right here, right in my new little thing I printed. So I have these nice little tools here that I can use to get these plugs out. But I don't like when I pull the whole thing right off the board. Okay, well, I'll fix that after. We'll fix that after. There we go. And there we go. I pulled one plug off the board. Huh. We've all done that if you've done a build. There we go. I can get this back on. Whoops. Oh, you fell right in there. Come on. Get in the holes. Oh, man. Did I bend the pins? Yeah, I did. I gotta do this properly. Should grow a ponytail. I could. I used to have one. And man, if I could pull up an old picture of me to show you guys, I used to have a ponytail. Let me see. I think I bent a couple pins here. I did. Not good. But I can just go in. Come on. Don't you hate when you do that? There we go. Now we'll get this back on. I don't want to have to take that whole PCB apart, but I got to make sure I line these pins up. Oh, man. being difficult. We're going to have to take that off. That's fine. So we'll just quickly fix that. Not a big deal. Like Fabio. Yeah, I can't grow hair up here. I can grow hair in the back, like the best of them. So I still got filament in this. That's why I'm having difficulty pulling that out. That's all right, though. Okay. It's what I get. It's what I get. Now, can I do this without taking this whole thing off? Nothing worse than bending some pins on a PCB. Inadvertently, of course. But it wouldn't be my stream if I didn't screw up. There we go. Let's see. Hey, Teza. Let's see if I can get these in here now. There we go. Get in there. Oh, man. Oh, I really messed them up. Okay, I've gotten myself into a pickle here. Should have just left it alone. You see, this is a sign that I should have not changed that head, that cover. But you know, makes for some entertaining watching. Actually, I don't want to take that right off. This has turned into like a not a very friendly. Let's see what I can do here. See if I can make this even worse. La da 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 da. At least I know what to do. Come on, wires, get out of my way. I just have to pop the whole head right off in order to fix my screw up. That is the right size key. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Let's pop this PCB out and hope I didn't do too much damage to it. I'm just messing up. Just me messing up. That's okay. Okay. Oh man, did I ever mangle those pins? Oh, doggy. Don't try this at home, kids. Oh, did I ever mangle them? But I think I can fix them. You wouldn't catch me dead doing this a few years ago. But man, build a printer and it kind of turns into a kind of a freak. I pulled a plug and I screwed up. Let's put it that way. I screwed something up here, but I can fix it. Man, that just does not want to go in. There we go. There, I fixed it. There we go. It was the middle one. Come on. There it is. It was the middle one. So it's on a bit of an angle. Big deal. I got them in the right hole. Da, 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 da. Time to resolder the JST. No, I think we're going to be okay. Let me just let me plug a plug in here and see if it's still going to work. Oh yeah, that's fine. Now if I pull it out, it's going to be careful I don't pull the whole thing out again. And we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. Okay. Okay, so let's just quickly whip this back together. How not to do things. Brought to you by me. Yeah. How far are we on? Oh, let's see here. Sorry, you guys watch this. Here we go. Let's zoom in here. Looks good so far. We'll let you guys watch that while I put this back together, because you've seen me put these things back together a million times. And that way, if I screw something else up, you don't catch me live on camera. That's a fun printer to watch. Okay, yeah, it's looking good so far. I don't see a little, might be a tiny bit of stringing, but we'll see. Okay, we got the PCB back on. We're just going to reach up here. Play by play, right? Yeah. We're reaching up and we're putting the cable chain or the cable chain back on in place. I think it's more exciting to watch. Yeah, I got it. I got the Newfoundland and NDP. I got those straightened out. I thought the same thing. There's no way I'm going to get them straightened out without breaking them, but knock on wood, I got them. Sometimes when you're lucky, you're lucky. Lucky, lucky, sometimes you're lucky too. Da 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 da. Okay, come on. There, okay, that's enough of that for now. You guys can watch me struggle here. Oh man, why'd you get that plug underneath the wire? It's all good. It's all good. Don't worry. Nothing to see here, folks. Just because I got a wire underneath. Come on. Get in the hole. There we are. It's just that's the tap wire. Okay. Put that back on there. Yeah. Let's get this put in here. There we go. See, quick fix. It's like Bounty paper towel, right? It's a quicker fixer-upper. Although it's the quicker picker-upper, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, and put this loom, 14-wire loom back in. How the heck did you end up under there? What are you doing? You get out from under there. You get in there. And you get in there. There, stay. Okay, good. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to have to heat this up to get the, no, I'm not going to have to heat it up to get the filament out. I'm just going to have to, here we go. So we're just going to quickly take this apart. And this is just routing wires right now is all it is. Pop that out. And we will pop this fan out. Now the tricky part's going to be how easy or difficult it's going to be to get the little LEDs out of here in one piece, but we'll try. These LEDs should just slide right out nicely, like so. This one should just slide out nicely like so. There we go. Now, oh, that came out pretty simple. That actually came out really nicely. Okay. Thanks, NDP. Appreciate that. Okay, so now we just got to pop out this little, what can I stick in there that's small enough? Don't go there. See if I can pop out this lens. There we go. Got the lens out. Now I just need the lens carrier out of here. That could be the tricky part because it's in here pretty good. I could just destroy this hot end, which I think this cover, which I think I will do to get. I got to get that black little lens. It's a black lens doomer thingy out of here. Let's see. Can I fit this little tool in here? I know that's what she said. Let's see if I can get a grip on it and pop it out. If not, I will destroy the cover and pop it out. Nope. Okay, so we're going to oh man. Okay, guys, your nose, face, green, smiling. Okay, guys, it's gonna hurt, right? But what the heck? It's gonna hurt, but hey. I know. It's okay. Calm down. It's fine. It's just gonna hurt for a minute. Oh man. Destroy. Ha ha ha. Could have just printed another. Yeah, I know. But that's no fun. Don't you want to see me rip apart a Stealth Burner cover live on stream? And this thing will probably get damaged. I'll probably have to print another one anyways. I don't need this cover, so. Man, that's in there really good. Like, that is in there super, super tough. There we go. There we go. Got it. Right there. Okay. Recycle. Got it. So we take our new one. We make sure I didn't damage this, which I didn't. Just a little bit of a plier grip mark there. Not a big deal. This should just slide in there nicely now. Let's put this in. Actually, let's put the lens in first. Oops, I just disappeared my screen. Did I just close my window? Oh, there we are. I thought I just closed my browser. I hit the mouse. Let's get the lens in. There we go. We got the lens in the black thing. You guys want to get closer? Yeah, you feel like being a little closer to me? Here we go. There we go. Man, I whacked my finger. Okay, now we'll slide this in. Now, this is always the fun part, is getting this guy to sit in and settle in proper. So let's try the gentle approach, shall we? There it is. Okay. And I think I got it in. So you can just see under there where we've put right in under there is where we dropped that. So that worked out well. Okay. How's our part coming, you say? Good question. Looks like it's coming along really well. Might be a little bit of cooling on that overhang there. We'll see what it looks like when it's done. So far, it looks like it's printing pretty good. Okay. Now we'll take our little loom of doom here. We'll pop this guy in here. Right there, like so. Okay. We will bring our LEDs around. And LED number 1. Actually, what I'm going to do first is get these wires underneath the proper spot here. Bring LED number 2 around, get it in there. Come on. There we go. Okay, LED number 2 is in place. We're going to tuck some wires home. And be careful not to do what I did one time when I bared some wires from using a too sharp an object. No, it wasn't my brain, because that's not too sharp. We'll poke LED number 2 in place. There we go. Now we can work on wire tucking. There we go. There we go. Okay. I'll come around to the side, underneath the clips here. There we go. You're going to come up underneath this clip to come up to the top. Poity! Kit! Hey, Kit! Doom! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom. Oh, cut the red. Don't cut the red. Which color do you cut? Tell me that. And then you guys are going down there. Meanwhile, with this multicolor print, I'm getting messed up with the wire colors, and they're mixing up with the print. Let me move you guys out of the way, because this wire loom's got to come up through the top. It's messing my mind, my eyes up, staring at this striped print. There we go. Now we can tuck you guys in. Oh, come on. There we go. And one more wire to sneak in under there. Then we got to do the fan. Come on, get under there. No, no, no. You don't go there. You go under. You're not privileged. You're not that special wire. There you go. Now we throw in the hot end fan. Which should just automatically cause those pieces to snap. There we go. Looks good. It's turning good. Then we feed the hot end fan up through here. Okay. And up under here. There we go. And there's how we are wire managed. Although that black one, these guys got to tuck down a little bit more on this side here. Okay. Did I? Oh no, that should be fine right there. Okay. Now we throw the part cooling fan in. Like so. Make sure it's turning, and it is. There, we should be good. We should be good to go now. The only way to wire manage, duct tape and lots of it. You think so? Let me see. I'm missing all this fun chat. Did I hurt myself? No, I did destroy my old cover though. Yes. Okay, so let's move this back up. Hello. Okay, we got this all ready to go back on. Okay, so now all I got to do is I've got to put the hot end back on, but I'm going to have to get rid of that filament somehow. So I'm going to wonder if I can do a cold pull. It's too cold though. I'll just use some other filament and push it through. I'll just push that through with something else. At least that's my plan. Now I got to plug the thermistor and the hot and the heater cartridge in, which is always a struggle for me because my fingers are too big. I always struggle with this part. Ah, got it. Oh, I got them. That was easy. Look up the Red Green Show. Okay, now the fun part is putting these plugs back in. So the top one, oh man, I forget which one is which. Shoot. Let's just see. Hot end fan. Oh, top one's a part cooling fan. Okay. Top one's part cooling. That's all I need to know. So we'll start at the bottom. Bottom is the LEDs. This is where that 2-part board comes in handy, but if you don't take it apart too often, you're okay. And middle one is going to be the hot end fan, which is this one. That's the one that I messed up. And top one's a part cooling fan. There we go. Tuck them all in. Okay. Good night, Sergio. I might be too late, but good night. There we go. This looks good. Come on. Why are you not gripping? Why are you not lining up? Okay. I don't have an accident sign. You can show chat. Oh, I do have an accident sign. I do. But I got to figure out why this is not. Am I not lined up on the bottom there properly? I just got to check something. Boop, 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 boop. Where is that accident sign? Oh, it's right here. Here. I've mounted it, given it a permanent home. Right there. There we go. Llama made that for me, because he knows how I operate. And I dropped something and don't know what I dropped. Oh, there it is. Okay, that's okay. Nothing important. I just got to see something's impeding those bottom screws. And I have a feeling it's just the hot end not sitting up in there all the way properly. But I'll just have a look. Let's see. There you are. These wires are all in there. Good, good, good. Should be good. Let's try this again. I need to start using the sign? Yeah. No accidents happening here. Although, I shouldn't say since I've gone upstairs, because you guys don't know what goes on upstairs here. Why is this? Something is out to lunch on one of these parts. But it doesn't seem, there's just something warped. One of these parts I printed is warped. It's not the cover. That gap's been there. Oh, there it is. It closes up there. Get a gap in that until I put these top two screws in. There's a little bit of a gap up in here. But it seems to be fine. Once I get these screws in, it closes it up. And there we go. Let's go ahead. That's the wire for the tap. Let's close this cover up. Okay, let's turn it on. Make sure I'm not going to blow things up. There we go. Then we'll get that filament pushed through. Okay. Okay, let's heat you up. To 240 degrees. Hot end fan comes on. Perfect. Means that thing, and my LEDs are on. Perfect. Sparks, sparks. Come on, Shadell. I did a bit of hollow gring on the other one. I just want to be able to push this filament through because I kind of left a piece of filament in the Bowden tube. Oh yeah, I'll be able to push it through. Smell bacon frying. No, everything's working just peachy fine. Look at this. Like, hey, here, hang on. The LEDs are on. It looks nice. It looks really nice, that cover. I like that better than the other one. I really do. We're at 150 degrees. Let's check in on the other printer, shall we? Look at that part. Looking good so far. I'm a little, it might be a little bit of, right underneath there. There might be a little, we'll have to see when it comes off the bed. The camera makes things look kind of weird, but yeah, we'll see how that looks when it comes off the bed. Okay, let's see if I can push this through. Or if I cause myself a permanent clog that I have to, oh, there we go. Ah, we're pushing through. There we go. Okay, let's just push this hot. Let's just push all that filament through. Let's extrude. Oops. Click the button. Would work better. Oh. Oh, man. It's not extruding. It's not extruding. Why is it not extruding? What didn't I do? What didn't I do? Jeopardy theme music coming up. Oh, gee, what's this? What's this plug hanging out here with the red, green, blue, and black wire on it? Dave English for the win. Ay, ay, ay. Let's see. Can I hot plug a stepper? We're going to find out. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. See what happens when you're live and you screw up and people see what you do. But that's what I like about, that's why my channel exists. It's because it's real life and poop happens. Now let's extrude. There we go. Look at that. See what happens when you plug a motor in? Works much better. There we go. Now I can pop out, boom, and clear the filament out. Yay! Yay! We successfully changed the cover on the stealth burner. Not without any drama, of course. But it's done. Done, 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 done. Face turquoise covering eyes. You can fry the driver hot plugging. Oh, can I? Oh, well, I didn't. I was lucky. I got lucky. Okay, let's try. I think we're good. That's that. So, okay. So that's good. That's done. We can kind of just close this up, wrap this. Now, this isn't really exciting. So all that's going to happen with this, because I want to get moving on to the RatRig thing, but all that's going to happen with this, you got the RGB LED working? The RGB LED is fine. No, oh, that's the fan. Okay, I should look what I'm touching. That's the fan. I put it back to the standard single LED. This is not the rainbow barf. So let's see if the LED status, I think I need to play with my config file. So yeah, turn purple. It's hard to see on screen. Turn green. Turn reddish pink. Turn green. It's busy. Set pause. So status ready. Turn green, and it's red or whitish down here, and it's green up here for ready. So they are working, definitely. Always check fans. Yes, this fan is working fine. I'll check the part cooling fan. And it is working fine. Part cooling fan came on. Yeah, so we're fine. Part cooling fan off. Nozzle still hot. Hang on, let's cool the nozzle down before we shut down. Yeah, nozzle's still hot. I forgot about that. There we go. So anyways, where I was going was, I'm not going to get into this much right now because I'll save this, but basically all that's going to happen, this is just going to be wired up. It's got a little PCB board. There's a little piece here. Never put your finger in anything you wouldn't put your, Richard. Thanks, RC Chapman. Yeah, I did a new head for this because yeah. So we have this little tiny piece right here, which goes into the extrusion under here, okay? And then the Nevermore is going to sit in, it's going to click into this piece, which is going to screw into here. This sits in underneath the extrusion. The wiring is going to go down that way, down with the hotbed wiring. And then this is just the carbon, this is what's going to hold the carbon charcoal or whatever that stuff's called. And this, boom, it's going to magnet onto that. And the Nevermore is just going to sit right under the bed there. So I'm not going to get into that right now. Number one, I am missing my magnets because I don't know where I put them. So yeah, we're going to get into that after, but for now, we're going to let this cool down. We're going to pop this printer off of the desk for the first time since the build started, and we're going to bring something else over onto the desk. And it's going to be something exciting. It's only 6:14, so we have a little bit of time to work on on what we're going to work on, the second part of this stream, which was called RatRig. Okay, so that might be, you guys are going to have fun watching what I'm going to be doing here. So let's do that. Let's grab a drink, and I think I might need something harder than this to drink eventually. Okay. That includes hot ends and spinning fans. Well, I would not, well, we're not going to go into what I wouldn't put near a hot end, number one. Okay, how are we cooling off here? We're feels like it's at about 150 still. Let me check. Oh, it is. It's 150. So once that cools down, we're going to shut this off, and we're going to do something cool. This I'm looking forward to finishing. Definitely, this is going to be so cool, so cool. Just need to get I just need a couple parts for it. Mainly some bearings. That goes there. That goes there. And if I go like this, and then if I go like this, you guys will see me on this camera. Oh, wrong camera. What the heck? Why does that camera keep shutting off? There we go. Stay. Aha. So do you like the touch? Do you like the touch on the front of this guy? Like the little, I did some little red inserts just around the front, just to kind of, you know, you broke your 3D printer, broke the glass thermistor in the heat block. You need to get your nozzle and heat break out when it's not in the printer. Ooh, wow. You broke your 3D printer, broke the glass thermistor in the heat block. You need to get your nozzle. You need to get your nozzle and the heat break out when it's not in the printer. Is it coated with, you should just be able to undo a screw to get that little glass thermistor out, unless it's coated with filament. And if that's the case, you may need to manually heat up your heat block to get all the filament off and out of the way, because you won't be able to heat it up without the thermistor, because you'll get a thermal runaway error. So you may have to take it off, hold it with a pair of pliers, take something like a heat gun or something, hold it with pliers, not these kind of pliers, but this is just for show. Heat up your heat block, and then take it off that way. Yeah. So yeah, you want, so do I have a heat block? I actually have a heat block. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you what I'm talking about, and I think that's what Jack's talking about. So if this is your heat block, if this is your hot end, it probably looks something like this. If it's got your heater cartridge and your little bulb thermistors going in there with a little screw there. So if that's all gummed up and you can't get it out, you can take your hot end off, okay? Hold it in. You don't want to give it a death grip, but hold it in some pliers. Heat up your heat block where that's screwed in, or if you have any excess filament on it, you're going to heat up your heat block in that spot. Boom, boom, boom. It's going to melt the filament wherever it is, and you can scrape the filament off, or you can get in there with your screwdriver and then unscrew that screw and pull that thermistor block out. So yeah, so that's going to be your best way, because you won't be able to heat it up if that's blowing. You're going to get a thermal runaway. So yeah, get a tool like this. This works great. It's just a little thing for doing creme brulee top, right? It's just a little torch, a baker's torch. Just heat it up, blah, blah, blah. And then go ahead with your screwdriver, unscrew that screw, and pop that wire out, and your Bob's your uncle. You can even pop the heater cartridge out if you want, and then clean this whole block up if you need to. And at this time, when it's heated up, you can also get your nozzle out and clean the whole thing up. Just be careful when you're done that you don't touch this, because that does take, even though I just heated it up a little wee bit, it does take a little bit to cool down. So the thermistor busted in the block, so you got a new heat block. Okay, because yeah, that in this case, This one doesn't go all the way through. So if your thermistor's busted right in there, again, you might have to take a little needle or something and pick it out if you want to salvage it. So, but these heat blocks aren't expensive. I mean, these are cheap, these heat blocks. So you could replace the whole thing. And depending on the style you have here, this one has the 2 screws that are holding it on. I would just undo these 2 screws and boom, pop it out. Some of them don't have those screws. It's just the nozzle and the heat break there. So that's my 2 cents worth. Okay, that should have, yeah. I have about a dozen of those heat blocks laying around. So that did kill the time to cool this printer down. So I'm going to shut this printer off, shut down. We're going to wait till we get a blank screen here. Boom. Pi shut down. We can power it off. Yeah, that's when you kind of got to get creative and decide what you want to use for what. And yeah, you'll figure that out. What will work. I have some of them where the little bulb goes in, that a hole goes right through, so you could actually poke something right through it. Okay. So I'm just going to unplug this guy. This will be the first time it's left this. No, it's not the first time it's left this bench, but this will be the first time I'm picking it up fully completed, and we'll see how heavy this is. Oh, that's heavy. Okay, we're going to hug it, and we're going to move it over to the bench. Here, this could be funny. So here, I'm going to put the wide camera on here so you guys can see if I drop it. There we go. Right over here beside the 2.4. So we have Voron. Oh! And we have a camera down. Tripping over wires. This is real life, guys. This is real life. Camera down, but look, it still works. Did I just... Oh, I see what I just did. Oh, I broke... Okay, that's fine. I can fix that. I have the technology to fix that. There's that part. Still printing, still looking good. And the camera's still working, so we're all good there. Got a little bit of stringing happening right here. Little issue right there. But we'll check that when it's done and see what happens. Okay, so with that said, I'm going to switch to this guy. Now, what we're going to do here, guess what this is? Oh, man. Okay, we have that. We have this. Oh, man, that's huge. So I'm going to have to... There we go. Trash now. Trash. I need a bigger desk. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. Because what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to move this light for now. So hang on. Let's just see. Is this... Okay, I'm just off camera for a second. Hang on. Just for a second. There we go. I've got to move this temporarily. So we're going to move this. No, it's not going to fit there. Okay, so what we're going to do is turn this light off, which I think is fine. Okay. And we'll just move this down right out of the way. There we go. Okay, we got that light off. That's fine because this thing is massive. And the reason this thing is massive is because guess what's going to be put on here? Is that why I brought you the other one? Yes, Richard. the one that I brought you would not cut it for what I've got to do here. So, and this camera is not cutting it for showing you this, but this one might. There we go. So if we turn this a little bit more this way, we have a massive thing here because you guys can guess what's going to sit on here, right? Right. So what I'm going to do is grab a straight edge. So we have a massive level, okay, which also makes for a great straight edge. And then we have, Sharpie's going to be fine. We're going to go corner to corner on this board. Not quite long enough, but we don't have to be dead accurate on this. We're going to kind of mark that. And we're going to go corner to corner this way. And we're going to mark this. And it's just fluky that I had this piece of plywood actually cut in my garage already. Yes, new Lazy Susan. And then we take our Lazy Susan. I eyeball this because there's just really no way to get this 100% perfect. So I eyeball it. And I say, okay, hang on. I can actually show you guys the eyeballing procedure here. If I do this, where's this camera control? OBS bot webcam. There we go. And so if I go ahead and give you guys, there we go. And then over this way, there we go. There's the nice overhead. So basically what I do is I kind of mark the center of the board. And we can go over a little bit more this way. There we go. Kind of mark the center of the board. Then I'm just eyeballing the middle here. Now this plate turns around and I can find my various screw holes, and I screw through this large hole here into the board. So I happen to have a few screws here. This wasn't meant to be a let's show off how to build a Lazy Susan stream, but what the heck. So I got a few screws here. I'm going to put a washer through these. And these are a Robertson screw. They're just small screws. I need to find my screwdriver. There we go. So here's my little Duratec. This is a powerful little driver, trust me. And then we need my Robertson, which is not one of those. It is this one, but which one do I need? I think I need a number 2, which I do. So we grab our little little adapter, grab our number 2 Robertson. I hate these little things that you got to pull these things out of. There we go. And I pulled the wrong one. Okay, so this should sit in my adapter right into here. And as I say, I just eyeball the middle of the board. And then we go ahead and we screw in the screw. Come on. Putting a washer there because these screws are a tad too long. And if I put a washer, it just means that the center of the screw is not going to poke out through the front. But if I could actually get this to work, there we go. Okay, there's one. Grab the second one. I turn the hole so I find my second location right there. Okay, and my third one is over there. And these Lazy Susans can be gotten on Amazon. It's just basically a blank Lazy Susan plate. I think they were $13, something like that. And then my fourth hole is right there. I think it was like 13 bucks or something on Amazon for just this blank plate. This is a 12-inch. Now, possibly for doing a future build like the RatRig for the printer this size. Come on, washer. You're being difficult. I got to dump all your screws out to get it one little washer. So for future, I would now, I may, for a printer this size, may go with a 14 or 16-inch, but this 12-inch seems to suffice pretty good. Look at you guys talking about the past, how you got on the streams. And, oh, that's good. And then there we go. This is a great little driver, by the way, if anybody needs a good little power driver. This thing has so much torque in it, and you can get the bits for the small Allen key sizes, or sorry, hex key sizes. So comes with all your standard bits. It's a great little driver. It's chargeable by USB. There we go. Oops. When you put it away, make sure you turn the switch to the left, because you push the top of the case, it activates the motor. There we go. There we go. One Lazy Susan built. We turn it over. And there we go. Look. Just like that. We have a Lazy Susan. And it's a big one. There you go. It is big. You just need to make sure, unlike me, that you have room on your desk, corner to corner when you're turning it. That's why I had to take that light off the end here. Okay, now, this is the part that you're all going to cringe at, but it's got to be done. Okay. Let's see if I can't switch to this camera, and you guys are going to watch me do something silly. I know Susan's not lazy. It's not really nice, is it? Okay, but let's go. Okay, not looking forward to this, but I've done it before. Making sure there's no tripping hazards. But if we're going to work on a RatRig, we have to have the RatRig on the bench. Okay? Need a drink before this. I need to check my guns. Okay. How much does it weigh? I'm gonna guess. Let me guess. I honestly don't know. I am going to do one more thing before I bring it over. I'm going to take that one side panel off. I never really fully enclosed the RatRig, but let's. Oh, can I take that panel off? Hang on. No, I can't take that panel off because it's got the electrical connection there. So here we go. Well, yeah, I can't even do that. Okay. Okay. Let's just see. Where is that from? come on? Where'd that come on? I put it at 90 pounds, 100 pounds. Whew. Yeah. It's heavy. Now my little desk pad has caused it. Can't really turn it with this desk pad here. I'm going to have to move it because the weight of the printer. That's why a bigger Lazy Susan would be better. Because the weight of the printer is putting pressure on the desk. Look at how messy I used to be at wiring. Look at that. Look at that. Yuck, do you see? Oh, sorry. Oh, big printer, tiny Pi. Yeah, where's the Pi? There, yeah, that's a Pi Zero. It's a Pi Zero. It doesn't fit in the camera frame. No, hang on. Oh, wrong camera. There you go. That's a better view. Right there. So this is just stuck here because this was the fan that used to be on the old Pi. I used to have a larger Pi here, but we ended up going with a Pi Zero. Okay. There's our 5-volt power supply that's powering the Pi. There's our SSR. Okay, and of course our main board, which is and this one, it's the Big Tree Tech Octopus. Oh no, that's the SKR Pro V12. Maybe I should put an Octopus on this. What do you think? Should I upgrade the main board or what? And of course we have our it's a Weiho power supply, came with the kit. We have our little breakout wiring harness here. And that's it. Like when I built this, I was so overwhelmed with the wiring on it and thought it was so complicated because it was my first major scratch build. I look at this now and I go, number one, I go, holy crap, my wire management is pathetic. Okay. And number two, I go, this is nothing as compared to building the Vorons as far as the wiring goes. So let me see if I can distribute that weight a little bit, or this desk pad. There we go. If I just get it up off the desk pad. So inside, there we go. So here's the inside of it. I mean, I could fit my Trident in here probably. The bed is a 3-point bed. The bed literally lifts straight off. There's nothing holding the bed on except some ball bearings and a groove here, right? So it's a 3-point bed. And lead screws, and of course linear rails, et cetera, et cetera. So a lot of this stuff is coming off because all the plastic parts in here, all the plastic parts are being replaced. So this is going to be basically a strip down and do it basically all from scratch type build. This microphone's in the way. Sorry. There we go. This is big. So yeah, but I want to clean up the electronics a little bit while we go through this whole thing. That's going to be part of it. No grounded to frame either. There is, yes, yeah, we are grounded to the frame right here. Everything is grounded right here. So there's a bed ground going out here. Well, the ground from the mains coming in. There's a ground that comes in from the main plug outlet to the frame. And all of this stuff, all the green wires are going, there's a ground to the SSR, a ground to the power supply. And then, of course, we are grounded, let's see, the SSR, the power supply, everything's grounded that should be grounded. Yeah, right here. So yeah, but that's like, yeah, I forgot that it was a Pi Zero running this, right? And I couldn't even get the I'm not even sure what I'm running. I'm either running Mainsail or RatOS. I think I'm running RatOS on this. I want to plug it in and see, because I haven't had this thing turned on in a long time. Yeah, this fan I don't need. I don't know why I stuck that up there, but there we are. Don't really need that up there. That's little mini fans for cooling off the Raspberry Pi. So we'll just stick those right there for now. You opted for DIN rails to mount your electronics like the Voron uses. The electronics area of the docks for the V-Core is solely lacking. Stephen, yes. Yeah. DIN rails would have been better. This back panel is a LumaCore, aluminum composite panel, and it's got all the holes drilled in it. So basically on the inside is why you see, you can see it, and you can see all the screws that are holding in all the electronics. And so it makes for a mess of the inside back panel. DIN rails would have definitely been better. It would have made for a much cleaner inside. So you can see inside all the screws, right? So yeah, I'm going to likely get rid of, on this side panel, I'm not going to enclose this. I don't foresee needing an enclosed printer this big at the moment. I do have all the panels. I have the side top panel, and I have everything to enclose it fully. The only reason this panel stayed on is because this is where the power supply and everything are attached to the panel. Now, I could have done a shorter panel just for this, because the electronics bay is set back in. You can see the holes where it screws into the extrusions, right? So that's the electronics bay. I may end up cutting this and just leaving that wide open, because it's much easier to work on when the printer is wide open. So, but yeah, this thing you guys can see on there, this thing is massive. Like, it is massive, and it's heavy. So they've changed in the parts kit that comes with the upgrade. Build a Basement, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that super chat. Baiting the pot. You deserve everyone to pony up after lifting that thing. Oh, I'm telling you, it is heavy. Oh, I needed to build. So it comes with a lot of, all the bearings are replaced on this thing. It comes with all new bearings. It comes with new couplers. It comes with, this is going to be my fun part. It comes with new belts, 9mm belts. Hey, Zombie. And it comes with new, this is the EVA. So even the, it's way up top. You can't really see it. It's way too high. Actually, maybe the overhead camera will show you. There we go. There's the EVA hot end right there. It's got a Bondtech hot end. That is the hot end, if you can kind of see it there. So the whole hot end's being rebuilt as well. The hot end mount and everything. Everything you see, all the green parts, basically this printer is being torn down and rebuilt from the ground up to get the V-Core 3.1. I think the reason is a lot of the motion system was they were having issues with some of the bearings in the motion system and the couplers, etc. So that's why they've upgraded to, they were custom sized or custom fit bearings and idler gears, etc. And that's why it's all being replaced. Almost every last piece of hardware in here is being replaced, as well as all the printed parts. So it's a huge undertaking, but I've had this upgrade kit for, gosh, probably the better part of a year now, but it's about time I get to this, because I've actually had a couple jobs I've turned down because I didn't have this printer up and running, and I want to do the upgrade before I do any actual jobs on this thing. So yeah, it's big. It's, as you can see, it's massive. You can go back and see my RatRig build. It was quite the fun undertaking, and I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong, I liked it, but there are a few things I would do differently now, including in the back here. I definitely want to clean this up. I may put a different board on it. I think I could get away with I have a spare octopus board. Or I have the Big Tree Tech MP9, MP8 with a CB1. I could put that in this too. So, but I'm going to clean up a lot of the wiring. This is my first ever time doing this kind of wiring. So like, look at this. Like, this is like crazy. Oh, this is the ADXL right here. The wiring for the ADXL for the input shaping. So again, it's just very messy. So, and to answer the question, yes, the SSR is grounded, Jack Black. So, what size bed? 500 by 500. Yeah, 50 centimeters, 50 centimeters. Yeah, the bed. Oh man, the bed is massive. Let me power it on. Let me power it on so I can move the bed down. Let me get some power to this. Here we go. I haven't had this powered on in a long time, so let's go ahead and power it up. Oh, I hear the BL Touch going, which is good. Okay. Come on. And I don't have a display on this anywhere. I want to put a display on it. Oh. I have to be careful of the... Oh, I have to be... This, I definitely need a bigger Lazy Susan for this. Definitely. I don't know how it worked last time. I think it's just this mat. I've got to get rid of this mat. Andrew Murphy, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. I really do appreciate it, guys. All of it. Thank you. Okay, so we're powered up. It's hard to see, but I can't show the whole thing, but you can kind of see the fan is spinning up there. So we are powered up. Yeah, I'm gonna put it. I've got a couple displays, so I'm gonna try and get a display put on this thing. So let's go ahead. I want to see if I can connect to it. I don't even remember the IP address to this thing. So what I'm going to do is do an advanced IP search and see if I can locate the IP to this. I know it's 10.0.0. something. So I have the. Oh, that's got some sagging going on here. If we look at this other print now, we can see there's a little bit of that might have needed some support under there, come to think of it. So we'll look at it anyways. We'll critique the print after. Okay, so if not, you would suggest a circuit breaker. You have a fuse in line with the ground or power to bed. It's been so long since I built this, Jack. I'd have to check that. I know there's a fuse in where the power comes into the printer. There's a fuse in there for sure. Yeah, there definitely is. I remember when I first built this thing, I would run my hand along the bed and I'd get shocked because I forgot to ground the bed. But now the bed is ground and it's fine. You can get a DIN mount breaker. Ah, okay. "10-inch Android." Yeah, I need something big for this. I would love to do this. You would not trust the PSU fuse. No. I have to see what else is. I honestly don't remember what's in it, but that's why we're going to go through the whole thing when we do the rebuild here. So what I want to check now, I'm going to just do a quick scan. I have the program called Advanced IP Scanner. So I'm going to just do a quick scan from 1 to 99 and see if this pops up. I honestly don't remember what the IP address of this thing is. So we'll have to see what comes up. Okay, we'll let that run. I mean, I can guess, but probably wouldn't be able to guess. Yeah, this thing's massive. It's got 30 by 30 extrusions. It's all M6 bolts, heavy M6 bolts, 9mm belts. It's very solidly built. I mean, it's extremely solid. We've got corner braces everywhere. Yeah, it's very Kermit. It's extremely, like, these things make it solid, and then inside There's corner braces inside as well. You can probably see them in the back here. Well, maybe you can't. But there's corner braces inside. If I were to light up that back a little bit for you, you can see right in the back. So we have corner braces on all four corners as well. There's wires running through it, but there's corner braces everywhere. You see all those braces. That's all over the place in this thing. It is extremely strong. Okay, where's my advanced IP scanner? What's it saying to me? It's not saying anything to me. There's my Vorons, but which one's my RatRig? It could be any one of these. Let me try a few. Let me try a couple of these numbers. So let me try. Not that one. It's going to be hit and miss. Wonder if there's a better way to find out what the IP address to this thing is. Oh, come on, window. There we go. Ah, there we go. Go ahead, Andrew. We want to know. Okay, it's not 108, 137. I'm assuming it's going to be one of these IPs it found, but then we don't know. It's been so long since I had this turned on. I should have written down what the IP address to it was. Okay. Oh, maybe it's this one sounds familiar. Please be it. No. Huh. No. What if I do OS? No, what's that? What's the other command to find it other than the oh, it's been so long. I'm always using the IP address. What's the other one? Zenbender, you'll know that. Instead of typing in my IP, I can type in what? 2020. RatOS.local. Thank you. .local. Maybe it's okay. No, it's not RatRig.local, not RatOS.local. Man, what did I call it? Dang. Okay, well, I could always try all the IPs between 1 and 99, but no. Advanced IP scanner does not seem to be showing me everything. What's that 47 one? Let's see. Mainsail. Okay, I think that's it. Is that it? 47. It says mainsail in the drop-down. There it is. I got it right here. Woohoo! Okay, we found it. There's mainsail. So we have a V-Core 3. It is using mainsail. Let's see if we can actually home. Oh, we are homing. Look, it's working. Assuming everything's going to work fine, including the BL Touch. Cool. There we go. Yep, we're good. Okay, cool. Now let's lower the Z. Let's go 100 down. There we go. That's what I wanted to do, was get the bed down. There we go. Okay. Okay, so this is old. I've not updated mainsail on this in forever, and I guarantee if I go machine, there's going to be updates galore. There is. Now, I know there's updates of RatOS, so I'm probably going to update all of this. I may end up putting a different Pi in there. I may end up putting the, I don't know which board I want to put in, or if I want to just leave what's in there. But it's been so long since this has been used. So, but what I was going to show, somebody mentioned the build size, but it is, don't update, I know. Okay, there's the build plate. It is like, how can you, here, hang on. It is massive. It is like, it's intimidatingly a massively big build plate. That's like, that is huge. Like, look at my head next to this thing, right? You can print a full-size R2-D2 on this thing, apparently. So, yeah. That's a roof shingle. Yeah, it's big. So yeah. Oh, that just made my dog bark. Anyways, oh. Then you try to put it back in on this massively big magnet, and it's like, holy cow. So the other thing it needs is alignment pins. And as I was saying, the bed is completely free floating. So the bed's just nothing bolted down, right? So, which is one of the features of RatRig. Now, the interesting thing about this is the Voron beds. Now, I find this very interesting. How thick is a Voron bed, guys? 8 millimeters? Something like that? Without measuring? I think the Voron beds are about 8 millimeters thick. But I could print all the V-Core parts in one go. I could on this, yeah. 6 millimeters, 8 millimeters thick. The interesting thing about that is this bed, for being as big as it is 6 millimeters. Oh, so are the Voron 6 millimeters as well? No, they're thicker. That's oh, my battery figures. The battery on my caliper just died. I think the Voron bed is 8 millimeters thick. Yeah, my battery just died. I have to change the battery in this. And so that's the one thing that surprises me. LDO 2.4 is 10 millimeters. Okay. Well, and that's the one thing that kind of surprised me, that you have a 500 by 500 bed here, and it's only 6 millimeters thick. It's solid. It's heavy, but I swear I can see a bow in it. But it could just be my imagination. But, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to... No, maybe it's not. Maybe it's just my imagination. But, yeah. So anyways, that again, 6 millimeter thick bed, I thought was thick compared to my old Creality printers and everything. But when I saw the Voron beds and I compared them to this bed, I thought, wow, this is stupid thin for the size of the bed it is. So stick a straight edge across it. Yeah. What do I have for straight? Oh, I have this just little plastic ruler. Oh yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's fine with this. Do I have a better straight edge? Hang on, yeah. This is a long straight edge, but I can get part of the straight edge on this over it. Yeah, there's nothing underneath that. That's perfectly flat. So, yeah. There's no bowing in that at all. So, oh, so okay, so if I put this down, straight edge there. I know I need to put something on there. This is a big level. Let me just throw this up here. That'll just counter off the weight. Now, if I take my light, and I put my light here, what is with all my batteries burning out? The battery's dead on my light. I got to charge it. All my batteries are dying. This is USB chargeable, so I got to get my charger out for this and charge it. But where's my other lights? Oh, man. Okay, here's another light. Are you going to die on me too, light? Here. Okay, so I can see light through the whole base. But no, there are no massive gaps. And the reason I can see light is because the bottom of this level, it's like perforated, like it's not perfectly smooth. There's light's going to come through the machining lines on this thing. So, yeah, we got a bucket full of electronics. Huh. But no, I'd say that bed's flat. It just looks when I look at it like this. It's probably my glasses too. So it is fine. It is fine. So yeah, that's we got a massive undertaking ahead of us with this. So how's our part looking? Part's getting there. Okay, we got some sagging happening. We got some sagging happening right in here. That could have needed support. It's very possible that I need to read on these parts more and see if I needed to put some support in there. Maybe I needed to orient that part another way around, but looks like we got some crap going on over here. So yeah, we'll see what's going on. We'll see how that works. That's not the best looking part right now so far. So yeah. Am I going to upgrade the hot end? Probably. There is a part of the kit includes the EVA. It's the EVA 3 hardware pack, so the EVA gets upgraded. The actual hot end itself, I have on there right now a Mosquito. I believe it's a Mosquito that's on there. So yeah. That hot end was given to me by Jason Tech Support. You guys probably know Jason, so I'm going to do something different with the 80XL on here. The 80XL right now is just kind of sticking out there. I don't really like that. I'm going to do something a little bit different. I may get an 80XL from LDO, one of the ones that's on the Voron. Same kind of idea, but yeah, I'll be doing the upgrade to the hot end and whatever it takes. The Bondtech extruder's fine on it, so yeah. Night, Jose. Night. Good. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. You have a good night. You stayed on a little longer than you normally do. I appreciate that. So yeah, so that's our next big. This is our next big thing going on, is to get this thing upgraded and printing really well. And it's been printing well, don't get me wrong, but apparently if you print a long time on it, some of these parts start to wear out. So let's have a quick peek in here. Clicky. Oh, wouldn't that be something, Delmar? Why couldn't I put a clicky on this? Oh, that's making us just some infill. Why couldn't I put a clicky? Let's see what parts it comes with. So we got some... So it's coming with 3 XY joiner plates. So we're supporting something more, or changing. Actually, the XY joiner plates are right up here. So they're replacing the joiner plates for some reason. They're replacing the 3 couplers. So the couplers that are on here now are red. These ones are black. They're a totally different looking kind of coupler that's going to go on here. We have, I forget what these things, I think these are anti-backlash nuts, these guys here. Those are being replaced, which are in here. And then we are replacing, these are Another couplers, 8mm couplers. So these are going to be, not sure where these couplers are going to go, but there's another 3 couplers in here. And then we have a whole slew of bearings. So we have 24 bearings. So we're obviously going to be replacing the whole motion system or the bearing system through the whole belt drive. Add casters. And then we have more bearings. So another 12 bearings, which again are going to be part of the motion drive, I'm sure. And what else is interesting that we're replacing in here? These are just screws. These are M6s. Some more bearings here. Some F6. Oh man, these are the bearings I need for my. Actually, these are the bearings I need for my new. I wonder if they gave me spares, because I need 4 of them for the heat inset press I'm building, and these are the exact ones I need. Wonder if they gave me spares. We have a whole bunch of M6 T-nuts, and we have some M3 hardware, and okay, we have 6 3mm dowel pins, so we're placing some pins somewhere. As I was running the bed down, the left rod seemed to have some. Okay, let's see. Let's run it down another 100. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Right here. I see that. Let's run it up 100. Oh yeah, look at that. That is quite a bit of wobble. Maybe I have to replace that. Now, is that going to make a huge difference, though, when you're printing? Yeah, it might. Look at that. Because the other ones are very solid. And it gets worse the lower it goes, because there's nothing holding that rod up there. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of wobble in that. Holy cow. You can get whiplash. Oh, motor lead screw connection. Okay. These lead screws, this one lead screw is going to need some surgery. Look at that thing go. Mind you, as you get up, it's not binding. We're not binding at all. And then you get up higher, you're going to see a lot of wobble right here. Yeah. Your 3-1 had arms and bearings for the top of the lead screws. I wonder if that's maybe one of the new parts we're printing. But otherwise, we're just nuts and bolts now that are left in here, under here. So, yeah. Oh, it must be bent. It has to be bent. So, there's got to be a bend in this. I've just never noticed it before. But it's not impeding it's not binding at all, right? It's not changing the motion. The rest of them look fine. That is really bent. Oh yeah, look at it. It's still running smooth. That's the kicker. Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know how that. I don't even know if I could actually attempt to straighten that. If I want to attempt to straighten it, these ones are perfect. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's another thing we got to look at. Yeah, because when it gets higher, it straightens out up top, but you get the bend in the middle here. But which way it's bent is beyond me. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Okay. That's here nor there. Yeah, the rails will keep issues invisible. That's like I've done some prints on it, and I haven't really noticed any issues with that. But it still bothers me. It shouldn't be that. It should not be that wobbly. It's riding up and down the rails fine, so it's not like it's the rails are loose or anything, right? So that's just giving it lift, and it's doing. And when it's doing your Z, it's only doing it like boom at a time. It's not like it's, you know, yeah. Could be the coupler or motor shaft. Yeah, okay, yeah. And again, maybe why we're replacing the couplers. It's getting new couplers. So that's all going to come out. So the whole system's going to come out in a part. And when I get it out, I can roll it along a flat surface and check for bending on it and so forth. So, yeah. So the actual, where I'm following is, if I pop this over here, doop. If you can roll it on a table, mark it, and slowly bend it. Yeah, I guess I could try that. So there's the where we're going to be going to do. So it's 3 to 3.1 upgrade. There's all the contents of the hardware kit for the actual V3 to V3.1, and there's all the hardware content for the EVA 3 upgrade. And then we did the upgrade printed parts, which I've already downloaded. There's all the step, or the you can get step files or STLs. Actually, I should have downloaded step files since I'm doing it on the RatRig or on the Bamboo for now. And then there's the EVA 2 step files, EVA 3 step files. And then they have new panels because, of course, they've changed the back panel, et cetera, et cetera. And the bottom panel, I think they've changed a little bit. Then we click the upgrade guide, and then it goes through just like a, almost like a Prusa type upgrade instructions. So, you know, it says moderate as far as difficulty, then it goes through everything you got to do. So you're going to disassemble the EVA. We're going to disassemble the whole hot end, et cetera, blah, blah, blah. And then we're going to remove the bed assembly, removing the access. So basically, we're stripping the whole printer down, part by part by part by part. So it's going to be an interesting process for sure. But on the bright side, I'm going to have a lot of spare parts when I'm done. Yeah, everything, it's just everything's coming right apart. Even the panels. But so I've got to, you know, there's a new base panel to be cut. I've got to cut that base panel. Finish line, next guide. And then we go on to the next guide, and then we're going to be, you know, assembling. So it's going to be like doing a whole printer build from scratch, basically. Other than the electronics, for the most part, should be in place. Yeah. Where do you support me? You can support me either through the Super Chat, or you can support me through PayPal. I believe in my description there is a PayPal link, and my YouTube description. I appreciate that. Thank you, Jack. That could affect the printing of the first few layers. Yeah, I'm going to look at that. It's going to come, the whole thing's being stripped down to nothing. So let me turn this a little bit this way. The whole thing's being stripped down to nothing. So when I do take this one off, I'm going to look at it and level just to see if it's, make sure it's not the coupler or something else. And if it's something that I can't fix or I'm not confident in fixing, I can't see that costing a lot of money for one lead screw that big. It's 30, 40 bucks maybe, if that. So I just have to figure out where I can buy a lead screw that big. I could probably buy it off RatRig, but that's going to incur a lot of shipping. So look at that. That PETG part just popped off the bed, no problem at all. So let's have a peek at this. It's not bad. Yeah, so we have some issues with the overhangs here. It's not the best. Maybe it was too much cooling. I don't know. But anyways, here we go. It's the first time I've run PETG on the Bamboo. So obviously some overhang issues right there. Some bridging issues over here. It could have been not enough cooling. That side's, excuse me. Yes, I probably have to slow it down for PETG. Yeah, because I think that's exactly what it is. I mean, the part itself is solid. I mean, it's not going to break apart at the layers, but I'm not happy with that quality. I want better quality out of that for this thing. So we're going to work on that. Yeah, slow it down. So it doesn't handle PETG too well. Okay. Maybe what I'll end up doing is printing these on the Vorons, or fire this up, print it on here before I do the update. I mean, why not, right? But I need to investigate into the files and see if they actually want me to put support here. But from what I understand, none of their parts should require supports. Same as the Voron build, right? So, but I like the color. So that's going to be the new color scheme for it. I really like the color. It matches the hot end sock. So that's what makes sure it's all about. Super dry. Yeah. Or I just go ahead and print the parts in ABS. I mean, just because they suggest PETG, it doesn't mean I have to do PETG. Right? So, yeah. Call Fabrico. And what do I tell Fabrico? Say, Fabrico, oh, you mean for the lead screw. Okay. Yeah, I'll find the lead screw for sure. I don't know if it's, yeah, I may do ABS. I may just end up going with ABS because PETG is never, I don't know. PETG is okay, but PETG is not as, I never find it prints as clean as ABS or PLA. I want to at least go ABS, at least minimum PETG. These are all PETG parts, but these parts all came with the printer. I didn't print any of these parts. They all came as part of the kit. So, yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm going to check that, Andrew, and see if I need supports on that. It did okay up until it hit over, where beyond 45 degrees, but I don't see being able to print it in any better orientation than it printed in. But I do remember that the parts should not require supports, but we'll find out. Thank you. Yeah, so anyways, it was a try. I'd never run PETG on the bamboo before. There's a lot of residue on here. Yeah. So I think PETG is a dying breed of filament because ABS runs so well now that why would you struggle with PETG when you can get ABS, which is not as moisture sensitive, et cetera, and prints a lot easier and prints just as well, and it's just as strong, if not stronger. So people replace their Prusa parts with ABS, if that says anything. Yeah. Because Prusa parts were all PETG, right? They were all their orange PETG. So I think that's what I'll do. I would rather not have to struggle with this, and I don't have any Polymaker ABS, but I should talk to Nicholas and see if I can rectify that, because I've heard Polymaker ABS is really good as well. But I will see what I can do. Yeah. With ABS or ASA, yeah. PETG creeps, yeah. Okay, you guys have convinced me. ABS for the parts for this then is what we'll do. We will archive the PETG rolls that I have. I don't have a lot of PETG, but we'll archive what I do have, and we'll start printing with ABS or PLA, or ASA, or Peak. Why don't I run the whole thing in Peak and make it a $50,000 printer? Can you believe the price of Peak? Oh, holy crap. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, I've worked with Nick actually, Zombie. I'm a partner with Polymaker. I just haven't had because of the Voron builds, I haven't had a chance to actually work with the Polymaker filament much yet. So I'm going to work on that, and I'm going to reach out to Nick, and I'm going to see if I can get some of the ABS, and I will use their ABS or ASA, and I will use that. And they will be a major sponsor of this upgrade for sure. Yeah. Don't step on that part. I've thrown parts like that before, and I forget about it, and I go to get up from my stream, I'm tired, whatever, and I step on it, and I go, Yeah, I've done that before. Kid toys. Yeah, yeah. Vector 3, he has nice ABS parts for our RatRig 3.1. Oh, he does. Okay, cool. Yeah. Interesting. PETG when your heated bed doesn't work well or when you don't have an all metal hot end. Yeah, there's a lot of options, a lot of different things, different ways to do. Yeah, I will, Zombie. Yes, for sure. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, him and I had a good conversation a while back on Discord, talked about the partnership and everything. And it was just then my Voron builds came up, and I just haven't had a lot of time to work with it, but I am going to work with it and work with him more and more now that we've finished the Vorons and we're getting into. My whole plan was to use Polymaker to upgrade all the parts on this thing. So, and actually, the back may have, beside the RatRig logos, I'm thinking of Polymaker logos in there, teal. So yeah, get with Sapphire 3D and start turning my parts metal. Oh, I can only imagine what that would cost me. Oh wow, there we are, 721. Well, we know now. The other thing I want to try, I don't know if anybody's got the P1P. I want to try because there's not. Has anybody printed ABS on the P1P? That I'd be curious about. That I would be curious about. Let's get this PETG out of here. And put back away. And let's put back in. I wonder if I should try printing some ABS on this thing. And just see. I know it's not enclosed. Yeah, but you can print smaller parts without an enclosure with ABS. I've done it, but I've just never tried ABS on a P1P. The heat it takes, and that I have no way to vent out the gases of it. Yeah, the gases don't bother me. I've not had any side effects from the fumes of ABS. Not even that twitch has been there forever. Yeah, sorry. Oh man, what can I say? 100 to 150 roll, and you'll need some more things to sinter the metal. Oh my goodness, are you crazy? You know, I looked at Peak for fun because I had a customer request for some surgical grade printed parts that could stand a what are those things called? Something claves where they sterilize the things. And in talking with Richard, Peak is pretty much surgical grade, medical grade filament, but it was like $300 and something for a half of a kilogram a roll. I said, nope, not going to work. Not going to do it. So, but if the P1P prints ABS as well as it prints PLA, oh my goodness, the parts will look good. Should I just pop a roll of ABS in there since I've got about a half hour left on my stream? Should I pop a roll of ABS in there and just see what happens? What do you think? Nero has done it, seemed to do okay. Why don't I try it? Let's put this away. Here, let's go back to la da da. There we go. Let's put this away. There's the big empty RatRig table where the RatRig used to live. Okay, let's grab let's see. What do we have? Do I have any Polymaker ABS? Oh, I do. I do. Let's try this. I do have some Polylite ABS. I forgot I did. Hey, Mika Steve. Steve is leaving? Okay, so I got some Polymaker ABS here. Oh yeah, and I obviously have ran this on the bamboo before because look, I got the plastic edges on it. Let's go ahead. Let's throw the Polymaker ABS on here and see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's try it. Let's give it a go, shall we? And that way, at least, that's not necessarily the color I'm going to use, but maybe I'll like it as yellow. But let's just try it. I like that it does that. See, I love the AMS as well because even if you're not printing multicolor, you can have your 4 most frequently used filaments in there and then just rip your file and go ahead and print. I just love it. And again, you get a second AMS and you can have 8 of your most popular filaments in there. They can be different brands, PETG, ABS. Okay, we won't do PETG. We just learned that. But PLA, ABS, whatever, even TPU, and they can be in there ready to go. Although I don't know if you'd run TPU through the AMS. Probably not. Anyways, Polymaker ABS is going to go to 245 to 265. So let's go to 250. And the bed at 90 is fine. 250 and 90. So I'm going to open up Bamboo Studio. And as I said before, we are using I forget what it's called. It's not a hacked version of Bamboo Studio, but it's a user modified version of Bamboo Studio that was shown by Teaching Tech, Michael. So we have, instead of generic PETG, we are going to go to our device. Okay, and then we're going to click on the pen, and we're going to go, we are Polymaker, and they actually have Polylite in here. Polylite. Oh, okay, what I need to do, I need to close that. I need to go back over here. I need to go ahead and add a filament. Add a filament. No, that's not right. That's not what I wanted to do. We want to get rid of that. And then we want to get rid of that one. I believe it's here. Still learning the software. There we are. And we want to check out, we want to make sure we have checked Polylite ABS somewhere. Oh, they don't have Polylite ABS in here. They have Polylite PLA, Polyterra PLA. And we have Voron generics. Okay, well, I'm going to activate, I'll just use Prusa generic ABS for this one. That's fine. So we'll go over to this one. We'll check the pencil here, and we will just give this Bamboo ABS. Oh, we'll just use Bamboo ABS, whatever. And this color is yellow. Okay. And we're printing at 280, which is a little hot. Although for the speed it's going, it might be okay. And the maximum 280, minimum 240. That's fine. We'll confirm that. Then we'll go in here and we'll bring in that part again. I don't know why I deleted the part. That's what you like about it too. Yeah, it's great. It's great. The AMS is an incredible system. Okay, let's find our printed parts for the V-Core 3.1, our ST. Let's do step files because they can work. Step files, I think, print a little better. Let's find just a small piece for now. Y max end stop block. So that is just a little, yeah, that's just a little piece. Okay, cool. I just want something that we can print quick while we're on stream. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to make that. We're going to change the filament. We're going to change that to, oh, actually, first I got to go in here, change this filament to bamboo ABS. There we go. Now I can go ahead and change this filament to bamboo ABS, filament 4. There we go. And that's going to print in that orientation. And the filament itself is going to print at nozzle temperature 255. We will discard the new one and the old one. So we're going to print at first layer. No, we're going to go down to 250 because this filament was, what was the range on this filament? Oh, that might be okay because the range on this was 245 to 265. Okay, let's leave it at 265 or 260, and we'll do all the layers at 260. And the bed at 90 is fine. Oh, we got 100 on the textured TEI plate. Let's just leave it like that. Let's just leave what bamboo is suggesting. Okay, so we're good that way. Strength-wise, we got 4, 5, and 5, and 40% gyroid is fine. I'm okay with that. That's sort of the settings for the Voron settings, and it's going to take a whole 14 minutes to print it. Total time 20 minutes. Okay, let's go ahead and print the plate, and let's see what we get. There we go. Okay, let's see how this prints. Okay, it's downloaded to the printer, and I'm actually going to be able to activate the camera now. So the camera on this thing is crappy, I will say that. So it's very, very, like, I wave my hand in front of it and you see it's like every, I don't know, what is that, like 1 frame every 3 seconds or 5 seconds. But the one thing that I didn't know, and the one thing I learned about this thing, is that it does record time lapses onto the SD card. So I did not know that, because right up here it's got a little button that says camera settings, and then there's a little button here that says video. And basically when that red light is on, it is recording a time lapse, and it's saving that time lapse to the micro SD card. I did not know that. So that was something new I learned just by mistake when I took the SD card out to look at what was on it. So it's pretty cool. As a matter of fact, I believe model, is it this card? Is it this one here? No, it's not that one. Oh yeah, it is this one. Or is it? No, I thought I had the I thought I had some sample videos here, but yeah, it's pretty cool. It's not like time lapses like the X1 Carbon does, where it has the head out of the frame all the time and the print just goes. It's an actual, the head going like mad, right? Time lapses like that. So yeah. Okay, we got another 20 minutes or so on here. We'll just let this warm up. It is, let's see, it's printing. So we got the bed warming up to 100 now. We're already at 57. So it shouldn't take long for the bed. No, I don't need to clean my bed on there. Whoever said that before. Hang on. It's no, that bed is perfectly clean and fine. Look at that. I don't know why you think that's a dirty bed. Anyways, that's going to work fine. Trust me. So let's get that focused a little bit, and then we'll be able to watch it when it's printing the part. There we go. So let's see how this works. And we'll see if we can actually get away with printing ABS on the bamboo P1P. In the meantime, should I steal? Oh, I'm so tempted to steal 4 of these bearings. I'm pretty sure these are the same ones I need. And then I can always replace them with the ones that I get from Amazon. Do I want to do that? I don't know. Or did they give me just enough bearings on this? Oh, I don't know. Because yeah, those are the bearings I need for this. Those are the bearings I need for this guy. Oh, they're the exact ones. Oh, I'm so tempted. I could always borrow them because I want to get this built. You have it enclosed? No, I don't have the P1P enclosed. No, it's open. It's if you peek here, it's wide open. So we're going to try it anyways. There's no breezes down here. I know people have printed unenclosed ABS successfully. So, yeah. But I'm gonna while we're waiting for that to print, I'm gonna see if I can't get these. I'm gonna steal these bearings for now, since those are the exact bearings that I needed. Bear with me. This is gonna make noise. It's my parts. It's my hardware kit. It's my hardware kit here that has all my screws and everything in it. So it's making that noise. So I believe these bearings will fit an M5 screw. Look at that. These are the exact bearings I need. Oh, I have a PEI textured sheet for the P1P. For P1P, PEI textured sheet. Oh, I don't have washers. Do I have M5? Oh, I do have M5 washers right here. Duh. Okay, let's see. So if I take some M5 washers, now I'm cheating because I'm stealing RatRig parts to do this, but I can always put them back. Don't tell RatRig I did this. But I don't have any Nylock M5 nuts. But my plan, my goal with this was to build this with as many parts as I have on hand. I don't have M5 Nylock nuts, but I do have lock nuts. So we're going to cheat. I mean, after all, it's just a heat inset press. You think that, Andrew? Yeah, you could. I mean, now think about this though. If you're gonna, and this is my train of thought too. If you're gonna get a P1P and you're gonna eventually add an AMS to it, I'm gonna need a longer M5, and you're gonna add an AMS to it eventually. Combine the prices of the P1P with the AMS, and then say to yourself, M516, M530. Oh, I think I needed a 20, but I don't mind having nuts too long. Say to yourself, how much more is it for an X1 carbon combo? And say, is it worth looking into? There we go. That's a little too long, but that's okay. It's just a temporary thing anyways. So here's some M5 hex nuts. Oh, I don't have. I ran out of lock washers. Have any M5 nuts in here I can steal for now? No. Those are all M6s and M3s. I'm just doing this temporary because I want to see how it looks. I want to see how this works. I'll put the borrowed parts back, I promise. Don't tell anybody. Oh, I see. Okay, that nut goes in there. Okay, the bamboo is fired up. We have printables. We have printing on bamboo. There we go. Perfect. Look at that. That screw is way too long. See how it's sticking out? But that's okay. It's a temporary thing. I think Richard is going to be able to get me some shorter M5 screws. You don't know that, do you? But you are. Good night, Mika Steve. Okay. And I'm going to steal 2 more of these bearings. Sorry, RatRig. I won't need the RatRig bearings for a while. Just steal 2 more. Just because I'm excited to get this thing built. But I can't get it fully built, but I can get the motion system working on it. And I need 1 more M5 hex nut. Oh, you hear that RatRig? Hear that bamboo going? There we go. There we go. And through. And we will tighten this guy up. Hey, Jaratiga. There we go. So we have our bearing stacks in there. Now, the idea behind this is the belt comes up, goes over the bearings, like so. So this is going to have, this is going to come so low, and then this is going to come so low. But we want this to be at its highest point. Now he has instructions, of course, for the proper lengths, but I'm using a longer extrusion than he had in his instructions. So I'm going to cut this off right about there. So that's going to be the counterweight there, and then that's going to be up there. So I'm going to say that this belt needs to be cut off right about here. Right about there. I got lots of belt anyways. This belt's in rough shape too. So if I bring this up, okay, so now in order to get this to work, I have to loosen off. Oh, I did things backwards here. I did things backwards here. I have to take this off. Here we go. I have to take this off the top of this. I have to remove this off of here. Then I have to loosen these two guys. Wrong one. Third time's a charm. Here we go. Then I have to loosen these two guys. There we go. And I have to put the belt in here. Like so. Then we got to snug these guys up. Or bring your belt, you'll give me bolts. I got lots of belt, of course. Then we go ahead and we put this on. Maybe, yes. And then we put this top portion on. That's what I get for not reading the instructions thoroughly. But then instructions are just for people that don't like taking risks, right? So this goes on the top of the extrusion. This extrusion was off an old Creality printer, I think, a CR20 Pro or something. An old Creality printer. Okay, and then did I twist my belt? No, then this comes up, and then this goes over like this. Okay, that didn't work out so well. It's all about, this is going to have weight on it. So the idea is right now there's no counterweight on this. So that's going to have counterweight. So pretend there's counterweight on there right now. So you have your soldering iron on here, your end, and then you come down, and then you have a little stop here. So if you want to set your depth to be consistent all the time, so you're not going too deep on your part, you set your stop for however low you want that to go. And right now the belt's slack because there's no counterweight on there, but that is really a neat idea. So imagine you have a weight on here. There you go. That is great. I'd probably shorten the belt up a little more, just so it comes up a little higher. But that's how it works. Richard McLean, hello, welcome. Thank you for popping into my channel. No twists in the belt. Yeah, we're good there. So yeah, this is great. So I got to get a bolt. Basically, it's a bolt that's about yay long. And then you stack washers on it. And you stack these washers until you have just the right amount of weight for your counterweight based on the soldering iron you put on there. Now, my case, here we're printing. Let's fire the camera over here. Show the part we're printing here in ABS. On the bamboo. Come on, get out of there. There we go. Okay. So we'll let that print away. So in my case here, there's my iron. I don't know if, and you can print different adapters. I don't even know if this is going to fit my iron, this adapter. But no, it won't. So I'd have to print a bigger adapter for the iron that I have. But you kind of get the idea. So yeah, this is very tight. He's got an open source CAD file for this part right here, for the adapter part. Let me put my scissors on there to counterweight that. But yeah, so you're going to slide your iron up through here. So let's just pretend in my case, right? Then you're going to have counterweight. So based on the weight of your iron, so you don't want your iron to be too heavy so it's always falling. You want it so that you have to put a little bit of pressure on it and push it, right? So, and then if this happens to be where it would be, and I want my depth to be here all the time, then I simply go ahead and I loosen this. I move my stop up to wherever. Say, okay, that's as deep as I want it to go every time, and then boom, it hits that stop, and that's as deep as it's going to go in your part. So you don't put your heat sink too deep into your part. And then you move this up and down depending on what parts you're doing. If you're doing one part, you can estimate it. But if you're doing 3 or 4 parts, boom, boom, boom. So subscribe button. Yes, DBR. Please subscribe if you have not subscribed. Thank you. Yeah, so this is this is nice. And other than the printed parts, I had the wheels. I still have lots of wheels. I had the wheels. I had the bolts. I didn't use some of the parts that he suggested. And of course, I've got to reprint this to fit my iron better. So I have to open the CAD file and size this according to my iron. This is great. This is perfect. And it's a whole lot more compact than the other one I was using. So thank you, Vector 3D. This is a great design. So yeah. Yay! So let's pop this out. And I'm going to have to reprint this. And that's a nice thing, is this piece just unscrews. And the reason I did it in red was just to sort of distinguish it as, oh, that's going to be the hot part, right? See, hot iron, hot part. And if you buy a new iron, if your iron wears out, you just reprint this piece, pop it off, put a new one on. Bob's your uncle. There we go. Oh, these are off my iron. This iron has an on-off switch and a temperature switch. Off, on, and a temperature switch that really means nothing. I leave it at the minimum temperature when I'm doing heat insets. And this is a dedicated heat inset iron. So, yeah. Same one you were talking about on printables. Okay, cool. Whoa. Okay. And this one, he's provided a really, really good. I do have an Uncle Bob, actually, Fabian. This one, he's provided really good instructions for, too. But it's really simple. I mean, it's really a very simple design when you think about it. It's even got eccentric nuts if you have wobble. So, yeah. You could just use a spring. I wonder, well, I guess you could use a spring. I suppose, yeah, if you use one of those longer, you don't need much tension or much counterweight on it. Yeah, I suppose you could use a spring. You could hook up a spring from here down to the bottom, and then, yeah. Because this actual extrusion is, he suggested a 200 millimeter extrusion, was in his plans. 200 or 300. Let me just see. This one is he suggested a 300 millimeter extrusion. This one is 410 millimeters. So his extrusion was a lot shorter than this one. So you can use any length though. The only difference is your belt length. That's it. If you have a longer belt, and then that way as well. The taller the extrusion, the taller the piece can be that you put your heat inset into, right? So if you're doing a lot of tall pieces, just build a taller extrusion and a longer belt, and you've got the same idea. It's great, and it lets me use up some of the crap junk spare parts I have here. Looking good so far. That's ABS. Polymaker yellow. It looks orange on the camera, but believe me, it's yellow. I think it's just the lighting, actually. If I were to shine a light on it, let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can see it's yellow now. Oh, there. Orange, yellow. Don't you hate when you turn a flashlight on and you go, and you got the wrong end pointing? Anyways, that's just me. There you go. You have an Uncle Bob. Everybody's got an Uncle Bob. You know, everybody does. So yeah, this is awesome. So this is great. I'm going to shorten the belt so it comes up pretty much to the top. And then there's a rubber bumper you put on. So basically, there's a rubber bumper that you can put on. I forget where the rubber bumper goes. Oh, it goes into the side here so that when this comes up to its... Anyway, see, it's just a soft landing for these wheels. So if I lower this down even more, like there, then you have a bigger range of motion here. This is just fun to play with, just like this. Just like, yay! It's like a teeter-totter. It's awesome. And RatRig happened to have the right size bearings. Well, I'm going to leave that. And that way, oh, it doesn't quite fit under there. Here, let me raise the bed a little bit. That way, when my bearings come in, I can switch them over and give RatRig back their proper bearings. But it was fun just to get this thing, you know, just to, let's go up 100. Let's watch that wobbly rail. Look at that lead screw. Whoa. Anyways, we'll put that under there for now. There we go. I just make sure I won't lower my bed. Yeah. So I've also ordered myself on Amazon 2 more. For anybody that's doing these builds, I'm going to highly recommend, and anybody who's watched my builds in the past can attest to this, that I used to hunt through bags of screws looking for the right screw. Well, I ordered one of these guys. It's got 17 compartments on each side, and I've organized it. And I'm going to organize it even further because I have a lot more screws yet. So I've organized it and labeled it, you know, like M35, M36, M38, M310, button head, flat head, socket head, etc. So I've got a lot more. So I've ordered 2 more, and I'm going to have all my screws organized in one of these. Screws, heat end sets, you name it, just to keep it organized. That way, when I'm looking for something, like I was in my first few builds, people remember I was pulling out all these plastic bags looking for the proper size screw. Get yourself one of those when you do a build. Sort all your screws out to begin with. You save a lot of time and embarrassment looking through screws. So, yeah. Good night, Nick. Nick, take care. Oh, Build a Basement's leaving. Good night. You know your printer power supply is 12 volts. Should you use 12 volt plus 12 volt or negative to power LED strip lighting? You know that your printer's power supply is 12 volts. Should I use plus 12 volts or negative 12 volts to power the LED strip lighting? Well, the LED is going to need if it's a 12 volt LED, you're going to need a plus and a negative. Just throwing your screws and baggies in an organizer like that helps. It does too. It really does too. Yeah, it really does help. But I threw them all loose, and then I've got a whole bunch of, I've got M2s, I've got M5s, I've got M6s, I've got just a ton of stuff. I just got tired of looking. I've got bearings. I've got a whole different slew of different sizes of bearings. I've got different sizes of heat insets, and I just want to sort them and get them all in. Even if I have 3 or 4 of those cases, as long as they're in one place, and I can have one case can be, I don't know, printer spare parts. One case can be screws and bolts. Well, you know, it makes it so much easier. Gridfinity's okay, I started the Gridfinity Fidion, like right here. Like that's a Gridfinity piece right there holding these. These are the for my power driver, for my hex keys. And I have a Gridfinity piece holding my little micro SD cards. But I found Gridfinity's okay, but I can't close it up and put it away like I can with that. Gridfinity is great for organizing in drawers and stuff, but when I wanna, yeah, I just didn't find that it didn't work well for me. In that case, you use a couple Acro Mills parts bins from Amazon, some printed inserts in them, same as Steve who designed the printed inserts. Yeah, I mean, there's different ways to do it. I just found for the how inexpensive these were, and yeah, it's okay if you drop it. Mind you, they're closed. The latch is closed pretty good. Yeah, of course. There's always the possibility you could have this open and oops, it fell off the desk. It can happen, but I'll take that risk over having to dig through bags of screws. But yeah, leaving them in the bags in here would be fine. But I like that I can just go in and grab what I need, and then when this closes, it seals right to the top of these dividers, which are movable. But I haven't moved them, and they're not flimsy, and they don't fall out, and stuff doesn't get underneath them. And then you turn it upside down, and nothing moves around. So it's what works for me. It's what works for me. So you're still sorting a year later, exactly. So you're very organized as well, J. Artiga. Yeah, I am tired of looking for parts. I have drawers of parts over there, spare parts for Creality printers, spare hot ends, spare Bowden couplers, all sorts of stuff that's got to go in an organization thing like that, and it's got to be labeled. You know, fortunately, my lovely wife gave me this as a Christmas present. It's a really nice labeler. It prints labels, and it also prints heat shrink tubing. So that's another really cool tool. For when I redo my RatRig electronics, I'm going to be printing heat shrink tubing for all my wiring there, so I know what each and every wire is for. So was one of the nicest Christmas gifts I've ever gotten. This is really cool. So, and all you do on this is you just switch out your cartridge for whatever. There's a this is a black on white. This is a heat shrink tubing. So this is 3/8 inch heat shrink tubing, prints black on white. So yeah, it's pretty cool. All the toys. Okay, we are finished our part on the bamboo. Look at that. That is a good looking part. Look at that little string that came off the hot end at the end there, huh? So let's have a peek. Pops right off. Okay, now that is a good looking part. That I can deal with. Here. Focus. Okay, hang on a minute. There we go. That's a good looking. That's ABS on the bamboo P1P. No enclosure. Yeah, it's a small part, but that is an excellent looking print. So guess where I'm going to print these parts in ABS. Did I say AMS? Yeah, ABS. That looks good. So yeah, this is great. Link to the organizer. I can link it. Oh, you're in Canada. So I just ordered some. So there, I'll give you the link. I ordered 2 more. Give me 1 sec. I'll throw the link in there for you. Let me go to my orders, and right there. They are two for $35.97 Canadian. Copy. And here we go. If you're in Canada, if you're in US, you can look this up as well, probably. But there's a link to the organizers that I got, the same one I have right here. Under a black light, See how you'd like to see that printed ABS under a black light. All of your stuff glows. I don't. Yeah, I don't have a black light here, but yeah, this is a perfectly. I mean that is clean as you get. That's PIF quality, in my opinion. So, and I do plan to put the custom sides on this. I do want to print the custom sides. I want to put my DeWitt logo right on here because this is sitting right in camera view for the most time. And I want to do their custom side on the side and side. This kind of covers the top, the AMS, and then you can apparently you can put the X1 carbon doors on this thing too. So yeah, so that's pretty awesome. So industrial label printer, you got one too, Andrew Murphy? Those are great. Okay, Andrew Murphy, good night. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. We're going to shut down now. It's 8 o'clock. We've been 3 hours. We did good. I learned that I can print some pretty decent looking ABS on that bamboo, and that PETG is crappy on the bamboo. So, but I think PETG itself by nature is a tough filament to print and get really good quality prints. But this is nice. So, yeah, this is nice. Anyways, guys, we covered a lot tonight. We've changed the hot end out on the Trident. We talked about the Nevermore, which is pretty much complete. It's just, not a big deal. I mean, I did one of these on my last build. It's just it's a filter system. If you want to put that in one of your Voron builds, you can. I don't think I need it, but I'm putting it in anyways. I don't even have any of the carbon to put in it. So yeah, and then we got the RatRig on the table, and we're going to start the upgrade of the RatRig here. We'll be working on some of that next week. So, and we've showed off our new heat insert press, which is really cool. So anyways, you guys, thank you so much. Yes, I will talk to you this week, Richard, and you guys all have a wonderful night. If I switch over to this guy, can you guys actually, no, I think the RatRig blocks my view right here. So I'm just going to switch to this one and say, everybody have a wonderful night. And thank you, everybody, for watching. I appreciate all the likes. I appreciate all the super chats. Thank you, everybody, for the super chats. That goes a long way to help me keep this channel going. And yeah, I will see you guys on the streams during the week. I'll see you guys next Sunday on my regular live stream, and we'll get at it. We'll get some good stuff going. Meantime, I'm hoping I can get these RatRig parts printed this week. Depending on what filament I can use, I'm going to reach out to Polymaker and see what we can do. But we have to take this whole thing apart anyway. So chances that we're going to be getting into putting new parts on within the next 1 or 2 streams is hard to say. So anyways, guys, everybody have a great night. Thank you so much. Have a good week, and we'll catch you guys later. Bye for now.